Hey y'all, I was just sitting down to put together a vest because you know that I take clothes that are too small, that I like the graphics, and because I'm a huge graphic tee fan. Speaking of, my yarn floozy tee, this was by Rosy Cheeks Boutique. I'll put a link down in the description box. But I know that I like to buy clothes that are too, I don't like to buy clothes that are too small, but honestly, it seems like all the cute stuff is too small, basically because it's all in kids, perhaps. So, some of the companies are starting to realize that some of us adults like kids things, and we never grew up. So they've started to cater a little. 80s nostalgia is making a big comeback, so there's a whole lot of Rainbow Bright, Care Bear, the old school, not the new school. Well, let me just show you what I'm talking about. So, last year actually, Torrid, which is where I work, plus size clothing store that branched off of Hot Topic. It used to be the plus size brand in Hot Topic. Honey's in the dining room. So last year, I bought this shirt off Torrid.com. You can see it's old school Cheer Bear, Grumpy Bear, and Bedtime Bear. And this one was last year too. And it's Tenderheart Bear in roller skates, and it says 1983, which is the year that the Care Bears came out. So this year, I got this shirt off of eBay for like $8, and it was a man shirt, so it fits just fine. And then this year at Hot Topic, they came out with a whole line of t-shirts and tank tops, and of course I went straight to the store and ordered everything. So I've cut up some of them, and y'all have seen them already. In my yarn bomb pictures, I've got on one, and then I don't remember one of the other ones, there's one, but this is one I have not cut yet. It says rainbows are for lovers. Precious. I'm not sure, and these I ordered all a couple of sizes too big so I could chop them up to fit. Now the problem is I bought how many t-shirts? I bought like 6 t-shirts, I think, and 4 tank tops. And the tank tops I bought in 2X because it's the biggest size that they were available in. And when they got here, it's a 2X in juniors. And they're skin tight. And I could wear them, but they look silly. I've worn a couple, but it's just too tight. I don't enjoy wearing them, but I love the graphics. So one says, I can't find one. I don't know where it's at. So, but these are the ones that I really like. This is them in the little Cloudmobile. I'm sure you all remember the Cloudmobile. And it just says Care. And then Birthday Bear, which is my favorite of the Care Bears, because he's got a cupcake, of course. And Cheer Bear holding an ice cream cone. So we had a clearance sale at work earlier in the week, and I got this great like 80s, it's a very 80s wash vest for super cheap. So I'm gonna cut the motifs off of the tanks, and we're gonna make a Care Bear vest. So I won't really know what I'm doing until I get them cut out. So let's start with that. Now, I'll just do a rough cut to give me room to make decisions while I'm sewing. If you watch my channel any length of time at all. Oh, did you see I have new ink? This is the 1975, which is the year I was born. This is the 1975 motif from the Lucky Charms box. It was the year they introduced the blue diamonds. And then in 1983 or 84, they replaced the blue diamond with the purple horseshoe. But yeah, it's still a little rough. We're still healing, but it's so cute. I love it. Anyway, rough cut, because I like to make decisions while I'm actually sewing it on, because we've got pockets on the vest, there's ribbing on the vest. I just might have to make some decisions. So rough cuts. I used to, when I first started putting cutting out motifs and sewing them on other things, I used to just cut out a big square and then detail sew around it, and then take a little pair of scissors and detail cut around the stitching, which is fine. It takes a long time. It's easier to pin it onto the garment also. You know what I should have done? Because here's the thing. Every time that I put something onto a t-shirt for me to wear, it's just like, it's spur of the moment. I ordered a t-shirt, it comes in, it's too small, and I'm like, drat. So I'll go grab a plain t-shirt, because I keep on hand like plain t-shirts that fit me just for this, and I'll just cut the motif out and sew it on, and then wear it to work the next day, or then, and make pictures, whatever. I'm very impulse driven, so I don't like to get new things and then not wear them. So what I should have done is shown you the Johnny Cupcakes t-shirt. Was that the first one I did? I think it was the first one I did. Let me go grab it from the closet. Hold on. On the front is either cut some heart shapes out of t-shirt. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And I will just do this the same way we cut out hearts in elementary school. Just fold it in half. And cut out your heart shape. I really, really love working with t-shirts because you don't have to worry about anything fraying. And y'all know that from cutting out, chopping up your shirts like I've shown you before. T-shirt knit doesn't fray. You don't need to worry about finishing the edges. You just cut and you're good. So I'm going to cut 2 out of each one of the shirts that the Care Bears, these Care Bears were on. And then I will look through my t-shirts on the shelf and see what I have over there that are maybe some candy colors that'll look good on the front of the vest. This is going to be the most adorable little thing. And of course, I'll have to wear it tomorrow so I can get some pictures. We'll have to get Ryan, or Mr. Mixie, as you guys know him on my Instagram, to take some pictures. I wish I had the Care Bear logo. You know what was my favorite thing about the actual Care Bears? Were the hard little hearts on their butts that said Care Bear. It was the logo, that little plastic raised heart on their butt, and it was always a little darker than whatever their fur color was. That was everything to me. That was my favorite part. Okay, there's those. So I'll set those to the side, and then let's go over to the sewing machine, start sewing these down. Still figure this is how I want to do. I'm bad. Almost forgot. Y'all know normally I hate pins, but there are some times that you need to use pins. This is one of those times, and the reason is the So, sorry, I gotta pin my mouth. The t-shirt will hug the denim naturally because t-shirt knit is huggy. So that's not a problem. The problem is while you're sewing, t-shirt material will stretch a bit. If you're not used to sewing t-shirt material onto other things, if you have a rolling foot, that might be your really good friend. Teflon, I don't know, a Teflon foot, yeah, maybe, but a rolling foot for sure. Or just practice with some old t-shirts until you get the hang and the feel for the way you need to move. You can't really pull on it or push on it because it most certainly will stretch all out of whack. Now I'm not going to put a whole lot of pins. I'm just going to put one at each edge. And this is not the right pin cushions. I'm going to run out of pins. But just so it stays where it's supposed to be. And you don't end up, because see, if you, say we started sewing here, so, and all this stretches out, and then you end up with like a little pinch pile at the end, and then you're like, oh God, what do I do? And you have to take all the stitches out and start over again and pin. It's the only time I advocate for pinning. Otherwise, I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Unless you're trying to match up stripes on a garment that you're sewing, I pin then, because nothing irks me more than stripes not matching on side seams. That makes me nuts. Okay. I'm not going to put you through the misery of watching me pin all of these. I'm going to pin them. Actually, I might do it one at a time because I might change my mind again about how I want to place the other two. So we're going to sew and then pin and sew and pin. Okay, I'm just using a straight stitch. You can use an applique stitch or you could use a zigzag stitch. I like to have as much ruffle on the edge. Like I like extra on the edge. Or like, I don't know, I'm not saying that in a good way, but and saying that I love Care Bears, Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright, Cabbage Patch Kids, all that is an understatement. But it's the originals. I'm uncomfortable with the newer editions of all of these. Except My Little Pony. My daughter loved the ponies, the new ones. So I guess I got used to them. Now I would prefer the old ponies, of course. And I have a couple of t-shirts with the old ponies. My daughter thought they looked creepy. Like, she was like, they're the creepiest looking things. So, she was a big Fluttershy fan. And I love Pinkie Pie, the new Pinkie Pie, because she's so ditzy and hilarious. Jackson, you wouldn't believe, I wish you could see this dog. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can. Can you see him? He is like on me, on my foot, through the tripod. There you go. That's my child. Here's my child for you. No, I'll probably never get this back in the right place. Okay, that's close. Okay, so we're at the end. Okay, so there's that one. And now I'm going to go back over to the cutting table and pin the next one on. So, if you notice, every time I turn, I leave my needle down in the down position, which if you've never done applique or anything like that, you may not know that, but that keeps you stitching in the same spot once you've turned a curve or turned a corner, because the needle holds where it was, if that makes sense. I'm getting scoot the needle over so the foot won't be right on top of that vinyl, because it is not, I didn't leave as much room around her as I did Birthday Bear. And that vinyl is just going to be a sticky situation. So, got a remedy for that. This sewing room is such a mess. The masks are still selling like crazy. So the whole room is covered up in mask fabric because it's made to order for the most part. I have customs too, but so I have them all in my Etsy shop. If you haven't checked that out, go to chopshopbitch.com. I think I've got 50 some odd styles on there, and I also do customs too. But the ones that I still have fabric available to make are listed on there, but I still make them to order because that gives people the choice of small, medium, or large mask. So the whole sewing room is dedicated to mask making. I am going to change my top thread though to, I think I have a mint green, but I don't feel like going to all that. I'm just going to change it to white, just so it's not so drastic. Which, not that I'm opposed to having that black thread, because that definitely increases the handmade look of it. I just, for some reason, am feeling the lighter thread, because then it just looks like this is kind of floating on the vest. And I trust my gut because it knows what I like. So we're gonna go with that. Okay, here we go. La, me, 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 la, 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 la. Dum, dum, dum. Does anyone know where that's from? If you know where that's from, you should put it in the comments, since we're being nostalgic. Okay, Jax is outside. Man, it flies until you get to the vinyl star, and then it's like, God, here comes Cheer Bear. Okay. Hear the difference? You know, and I would say maybe you should stay away from vinyl for your first couple, but you'll be fine. If it messes up, take your stitches out, redo, or you'll just have some folds and that will be fine. And you can just cuss like I'm doing. Just cuss to get you through it. We're almost there. 3 inches. We're in the home stretch. Oh, dang it. We're in the home stretch. And we have a pin tuck. And we don't care. Okay. A little back stitch. Whew. All right. Thank goodness that's over with. And you can see, even though it was a pain in my arse, still didn't take very long to get those 3 on there. Not long at all. Now, what I want to look at is, are there any places that are not too long, but that are out of uniform with the rest of it? Like, I want floppy, but I want it to be consistent size-wise with the rest of the, I guess we'll call it an applique. T-shirt applique, maybe. So I'm just trimming down to size on the parts that are floppier. Like, I don't want it to come down so far that it covers his head up like that is. I want you to be able to see his little tuft of hair. So cut that little bit off. And these, if you don't have stork scissors, you need them. They're fabulous. There's Birthday Bear. He looks good. I like the way Cheer Bear looks and the correspond. Okay, so I'm good with all those. I still, oh, and look, that could have been giving me some problem. You think? I sewed the tag to the jacket. The price tag, that is. So now I gotta, but when you sew over paper, it perforates it, if you didn't know. So it's not that hard to get off. Just want to make sure you don't tear any of your threads and have to redo any of your hard work. Good grief. Can't believe I did that. I know better than that. I was just so excited to get started. I didn't even think about it. Anytime, have I popped anything? I don't think. I always remove all the tags. Well, obviously not always. Okay. So, here's the back. I'm still in a quandary about the front. Maybe I'll leave the front. Oh look, I sewed the plastic tab to the, well, kudos to you, Mr. Husqvarna, because you killed it. It sewed over the tag, sewed over the plastic. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Yeah, I'm sure that was part of the issue. It wasn't all the vinyl. No wonder. Please make sure you take all the tags and stuff off before you start sewing. I can't believe I did this. This is a rookie mistake. This is one of those lessons you learn the hard way, which I did years ago. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do about the front. So I think I'm just going to leave it plain for now. But let me put the vest on and show you how it looks in the back. Okay, so here's the vest in the front. And then here it is in the back. Can't really see. Hopefully it's cute. And I don't know. I may just leave this blank because it does have the pocket detail. And actually, I've got some Care Bear pins I might put here. I don't know. Still undecided, but we will get it figured out. And you'll see pictures on my Instagram. So, again, this is Rosy Cheeks Boutique for all of my fiber friends. And I'm signing out. I'm going to go work on my Rhineback sweater. Bye, y'all. Look what I found while I was doing laundry. The other one, and this is Cheer Bear. And I shredded this one up and did little knots on the shoulders and a split back. But I think we're going to sacrifice the shirt and use her on the front of the vest on one side, and then that will be perfect. So I'm gonna go do that before I go to bed. So hopefully I'll have a finished object for you soon. Isn't she adorable? Hi! As you can see, it's finished. I put Cheer Bear on last night after we talked, and she's all done. Pretty cute, if I do say so myself. Super easy, as you saw. So everybody needs to make one, and make sure you tag me in the picture so I can see. Bye!